What's going on? What's going on? Brutus here, bringing you the latest war recap of OneHive versus Korea. There's a little bit of time left in this war. However, it is mathematically impossible. This is a modding clan, so let's just go ahead and say what it is. Some things to note is our nines just straight out whoop their ass. Great job by the nines. Even better, they were able to hit up top and double the 11s early with the extra attacks that we had. There were a lot of 6-packs, a lot of early 3s going on. Yeah, so it was just a really great war start, but at the end, that's when we also saw counted of about, I think there was 4 burner accounts when the war matched, and they used them. Yeah, we definitely saw some textbook sandboxing going on. So it is what it is, right? And let's focus on the there's a lot of reviews that replays I want to show with this, but I'll expand my thought process about this in a later video after this, because I see a lot of state of clash and the state of the war scene videos going out, and I have my own thoughts and that I'd like to say about that topic, especially since this is a perfect segue. This being a modding war, some of the weird things out there being said was, well, you know, it's modding has died down. No, modding is ever so evident in wars. So let's go ahead with looking at 6 for 6. Town Hall 11 versus Town Hall 11 3-star. Got VIP Andre, who always gives me crap for not showing him any love on some recaps. So he's got a, you know, it's just, it is what it is. I do something similar with my Town Hall 10 and my other account at Ain't Nobody, where you use basically mass bowlers as the main attacking force. Does he have that? Yeah. But he uses a little bit, actually no, this is not what I do. I stand corrected, I'm sorry. I'm still learning this. But he's got mass bowlers. He's got just a little bit, if I zoom out here, he took care of the surrounding hut buildings here. He's going to enter on the 7 o'clock side here with just a few bowlers out at the funnel on each side. And now that he's got a well-defined funnel, he pre-drops that 60-second jump of the bowlers to let everybody in there, rages them up right at that crucial juncture there, right by that inferno. And then he doesn't freeze the first inferno, but he freezes the back end as that first inferno's down. Now the bowlers are going to take care of that eagle. It's out of the question, and then he freezes the back end infernal tower. So great job. Now there's really nothing left for his kill squad to get that poses a true threat to them as much as those infernal towers did. Got that warden right behind it, keeping them healthy as they come around. They get stalled out here, but that's what he brought his loons for, is those satellite defenses on the side. Sprinkles those in to make sure that he's got his army heading the direction that he wants. His bowlers have pretty much petered out at this point, as he's got a miniature bowler walk going around the outside, as we got Hans and Franz down here just looking at butterflies. And then he's still got the important part of this is those 5 healers he has them all up still, and 3 of them are locked. Queen Warden, which is a deadly combination there. Stu has the Queen ability as well, so we're gonna go ahead and fast forward the rest of this. That loons are gonna do what they can to just eliminate a few more satellite defenses as the other Hans and Franz joins the kill squad here. And now he's definitely got a super queen going on to finish out the raid, and then he uses the ability just for giggles. Great job, Andre. Nice 3, man. And then we're going to move on down to some Town Hall 10 action. We got Not Crazy Moving. I think that name is awesome. But a little something different. You know, you see miners everywhere, bowlers everywhere, right? Well, Valos do work apparently at Town Hall 10. Really like this raid. Starts out his queen up here, not a walk, just the queen all by herself. Starts that funnel. She's banging on high hit point storage as well. An archer tower is pelting on her. Brings 2 hogs just to take down that point defense. He's going to have to use that ability now. But then he's trying to get the lure with those 2 hogs. Didn't quite make it all the way to the air defense, but she stops at this wall, and I don't think this was part of the plan, but she does stop at this wall at a max level, Town Hall 10 wall. She'll be there for a little bit. Starts the funnel on the left side with that minion. It gets taken down quickly, and he had always bring extra minions for things like that. Takes out one minion, but he's able to reinforce it with just one more. So he's got the funnel created here. BK goes in. He's going to get the Infernal Tower and the along with these Valkyries. The Infernal Tower and the Queen, the CC Lure, and an air defense is what he's actually getting with all these things. He uses one of his 2 freezes to take care of that Infernal Tower, which is well worth the investment for how he's trying to angle this base. For the investment of about 5, maybe even, I think it was 8 or 9 Valkyries, both heroes, a spell and a rage spell and a freeze spell, he was able to basically gut this side of the base and turn it into a half C. So if you look at the sweeper placement, which is, he's not fighting the sweeper here, he's got 2 air defenses left over and an Infernal Tower. So basically, and they're not covering each other either. We got the bows set to ground, so they're a non-factor for the rest of the raid, and the hound over here is not going to target anything in the air. So he's gonna basically do a counterclockwise fashion here with his holo version of his second phase of his attack here. That's what you're looking for in these types of attacks, and I thought it was just well executed. I don't think it was quite planned the way that it happened. So given that he had to, what I think he had to adjust slightly on this, it just adds more impressiveness to the raid about how he was able to adjust. And that's the theme that I wanted to actually keep with this raid, because he's going ahead here and he's going to put down the haste to speed. He's got that freeze down into that Infernal. He's trying to speed over to get to this. The only thing really left threat to his loons, and it's just enough to bring that Infernal Tower, and they still got a hound in the air, and there's just not enough DPS left on the board there that can take down the loons. He's got a wad of them left. But going back to, that's actually the theme I wanted to do. That's the theme I wanted to do with this war recap, is that I know that when I watch, as we fast forward here, some of these things, you know, you can't help but just think like, man, that was so impressive. It must happen like all the time, and it doesn't. It doesn't happen all the time. Your plan can be well thought out, well planned, and as you start it, but a hidden part of the base that you didn't expect to be there, a hidden trap or something like that that just doesn't go, or the AI troop doesn't go the way that you want it to, you got to adjust on the fly. As we keep going down here, we'll go down to 28 Rake. Oh my, Jake the Rake. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Mass baby dragon attacks. This has got a soft spot in my heart. It really does. He's got his AQ here, who is going to take care of a sweeper. We're going to zoom out just a little bit so you can see what he zaps. He zaps one of the 4 air defenses, and he's got his AQ walk going on here. She'll get the Archer Queen, the CC Lure, and 2 of the remaining 3 air defenses and a sweeper. She's going to hang her right here as he used some of those minions to establish the funnel. She'll hang out into this little nook, which ends up being the demise of this base design. And once we'll go to ×2 here, just because she's got a lot to work through. Make sure we get the rest part of this base here. He's still got some minions that are on the meanwhile forming a part of the funnel for his baby dragons. Zoom out some, and then we'll slow down. Then he drops his BK to get only the 3rd air defense that his queen won't get. So with the no spell on the queen, it just uses the King's Iron Fist, gets that, sacrifice him to get the air defense. It's well worth the trade. CC Lure comes out. He still has a poison for that he can use on top of the queen, as well as the CC Lure that's coming at him, as he got some hogs here. And they'll get the rest of the point defenses that are a threat to them. Sorry for all these notifications going off in the background. Computer's being silly, I guess. So there goes the CC. Now engaging the queen. Stu has the ability just in case he needed it, but he used the last, all right here. Uses all the spells on his royals to take down all the air defenses, basically, and cripples the base so that there's no air defenses left. And the only true threat left are these X-bows set to both air and ground. So there goes down the baby dragons. He's got 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. Yeah, he's got a ton. As you can see, he brought more. 3 baby dragons in the DC as well, and this basically does a mass baby dragon attack. I mean, it's yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. Let's just watch. I watched this and I was like, dang! And That's awesome. You know, I was really impressed by this. I don't know how to do this. I gotta admit. Maybe I had to get down on this action with some fair play challenges. But look how many dragons these two has left up in the air. That is a shit ton. Fast forward the way through here, man. It was such the chat was going nuts when we saw that Jake the Rake. So I really enjoyed that. I don't think he lost maybe 2 or 3 baby dragons total. So nice. All right, so back out of here. We got 2 left. Sloffles on number 25. Oop, got a missed one. Go up some. And this is the theme that I was mentioning earlier about how I didn't think Crazy Movement's attack didn't go exactly as planned. This one I am fairly certain did not. And if it did, Sloffles will correct me in the comments, or I'll correct myself on the next video after this, after he tells me that I was dead wrong. So he's got a shattered approach here, and this is something that Sloffles likes to do. He likes to put healing behind his golems. Rather than going with a stoned or 3 golem, he likes to sub that 3rd golem for some healers behind the shattered approach that he's bringing. So he's got a well-defined funnel here, and he's basically going to work counterclockwise. No, clockwise? I don't know my time now. Clockwise fashion. But he had a wall breaker fair, which leads me to believe why this was why it wasn't planned of what he intended to do. So his wall breakers are basically stuck, banging on the wall, high-fiving the wall. The healers are still, because they're taking damage from that X-bow, they're not going to redirect and re-target or latch onto the queen. So he tries to adjust on the fly, and I know right here most people would rage quit, but he adjusts on the fly. He's got no wall breakers, but this wall is severely weakened, so that's what their troops going to target. So he sends his BK in there, but you know, is really reevaluating on the fly how can he salvage the attack. Breaks through the wall, and then the rest of the attack goes as he intended. You know, I even would have dropped the jump right there. That's how I would have adjusted. But he was so smart about it, that about how he could reevaluate the approach. He just kept it, made sure that they beat through. Time was a little bit of an added factor of the difficulty for this, but he took it, took it like a pro. I really like this recovery attempt here. Look, remember, his queen didn't have a walk, so she was all on her. Didn't have healers behind her. She was all by herself for the entire raid, all the way around from 2 o'clock down to 6, and you'll just keep your eye on her, what she does. So he jumps through. Now they're engaging with this bowler stew up in the air, and his hog's pretty much done. He's got a fully healthy golem thanks to healers, with a non-factor hound left, and just a handful of hogs and bowlers left, and that's it. But because there's so much health left on that golem, there was just enough time for the queen to circle back around. She's like, "Hello, you remember me?" You know, she just showed up and finished off the fight. And that's what I really liked about this. I really like raids like this that show how when a plan goes wrong and the adjustments that they make on the fly in order to still pull it off. That takes skill, and it's impressive to me. For me, it's even more so impressive than dropping down a swag poison or even a swag spell or two, which actually is a perfect segue, not to downplay what we're about to see, because it is a thing of beauty. Great job, Sloffles. We're gonna finish this off with Ghost, and yeah, we don't swag spells at OneHive. We bag them because we're classy. He's gonna, spoiler alert, guess how many he bags, and let's just watch it. I think it's the HGHB. Imagine that. Perfect base for it. I'll save it for another video. Brings down the poison. We were talking about HGHB earlier, about how people think it's a random and lucky attack, and I'm telling you, luck has nothing to do with it. It is it's base specific, so it doesn't work on every single base, but it is very forgiving. So you can make a lot more mistakes using this attack than you would any other. But to say that it's easy and anybody can do it is, in my opinion, just ridiculous, because if that would be the case, people would not be failing on Town Hall 9s. Everybody would be fresh hit 3-starred, and everybody would be doing it. They wouldn't fail. Yeah, that's my personal thoughts. So moving on down, look at the patience on this. The golems, the giants are going to eat through the wall here, and when they do, everybody redirects inward, and then he drops down the rage and watch the core disappear. As he does that, he's got just a little bit, he's going to go ahead and send in his hogs from the right-hand side here. As you see, they'll take out some of these satellite defenses. First of 4 spells is used right in the core. Then comes the hogs. I know you guys are waiting, like, where does he swag his, like, what's his next spell? That's it, folks. 2 poisons and a rage. That's right. Moment of silence for dramatic effect. Okay, and that moment's passed. I'm watching this live. I can't even commentate on this. I'm watching this live, and I remember right about here, I'm like, dude, just drop down a heel. I am watching this go, Ghost, just drop down the heel. And I'm like, is he going to push? He is. He's going to. And then you realize what he has left up in the middle. He's still got giants in front of him and healers behind him. There's nothing that's going to stop them. Even if the hogs don't make it. The queen's behind all that and they're going to make it. He didn't even have to use the royals, both of them, mind you, BK and Archer Queen ability. He didn't have to. He would have got all that. And this was like, I was thinking, well, maybe time's going to be on this against him here as we fast forward. I missed the time at this, but I believe it was just about a 2.5 minute raid. Yeah, that was impressive. So I'm going to push replay one more time at this just so you guys can see the time. 2 minutes and 50 seconds. And yeah, if he didn't bag those spells or abilities, it would have been a sub 2 minute raid for sure. So great job, Ghost. That was just gangster. I hope you guys enjoyed the war recap. I'll make another one that shows the majority. It was a lot hard to pick. The majority of the other replays from this war in a different video, providing my thoughts on the big news out there about FPC or Fair Play Community, certain clans making the business decision to allow former modders that are now trying to get clean into their clan. I'll provide my thoughts on that and actually what Plow, the leader of OneHive, has shared with us when we asked what is our stance on that same topic. So once again, it's Brutus reminding you, you gotta be better than the double, and I'll check you next time.